Have you heard about this big movie star and her mysterious passing? This is the final hours of actress Natalie Wood. Natalie Wood was a big movie star in the 1950s and 60s. She started as a child actor, and as a teenager, she was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in Rebel Without a Cause. Natalie was a really big name, and 40 years later, her mysterious passing is still questioned by a lot of people. Her marriage to actor Robert Wagner initially was thought to be a really great match, but there were many rumors about the two of them having major turmoil. This was proven as the couple divorced after Natalie reportedly found Robert cheating on her with a man. Strangely, they went on to remarry 10 years later. When asked why Natalie would remarry Robert, she supposedly told her sister that sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Yikes. On November 28, 1981, Natalie and Robert invited Christopher Walken, Natalie's co-star at the time, for a cruise on their luxury yacht. The three of them, along with the ship's captain, Dennis DeVerne, went for a cruise off the coast of California's Catalina Island. The evening was going well up until Wagner reportedly became enraged as he felt Natalie and Christopher Walken were flirting. Wagner cracked a wine bottle over the table, and Christopher Walken reportedly removed himself from the situation and went back to his room for the night. Sometime that night, Natalie Wood went overboard, and suspiciously, the Coast Guard was not called until hours after Robert reported to the captain that she was missing. She was found just before 8 a.m. on November 29th, face down a mile away from their yacht. She was only 43 years old. So, what happened? Her autopsy reported substantial bruising on her body and was ruled an accidental drowning. No charges were ever filed, although many had extreme suspicions about Robert. According to Captain DeVerne, Wagner told him that Natalie was missing around 11 p.m. Wagner did not alert the Coast Guard until 1:30 a.m. Why did Wagner take so long to report his wife's disappearance? And what did the ship's captain see and hear before Natalie went missing that night? Years passed, and all anyone had in this case were suspicions. That was up until November 2011, when two anonymous witnesses reported new evidence to the authorities about what they really saw and heard that night. People in a boat nearby reportedly heard signs of a struggle and a woman screaming for help. Shortly after that, the ship's captain came forward stating that he heard a huge altercation between Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood that night. Captain Dennis DeVerne said, "You could hear things being thrown about. It was a full-on physical fight that was going on." In 2018, Natalie's case was reclassified as suspicious. Investigators concluded that some of the bruises that were found on Natalie were more than likely sustained before she went overboard. They also said that Natalie looked like a victim of DV. Robert Wagner was the last person to see Natalie that night, and his story about what actually happened has been really inconsistent throughout the years. He has refused to speak with investigators since he was declared a person of interest, and his account does not match what other witnesses saw and heard that night. Wagner's theory was that after the fight, Natalie went to go lay down alone, and when he went to check on her, she was gone, and so was the boat's dinghy. He theorizes that either she wanted to get away from the fighting so badly she hopped on the dinghy in the middle of the night and tried to leave, or she saw the dinghy was loose and fell overboard. Robert's whole theory is, frankly, BS. It was a known fact that Natalie had an extreme fear of swimming and of the ocean. So, no. As of today, Wagner has only been named as a person of interest and no charges have ever been filed. What are your thoughts?